Hey, what's up guys? So I got something really cool to share with you guys. It's plants in space, or spaceship plants, whatever you want to call it. This is a really interesting deck. Now, Bro Tome is the creator of this amazing concoction, and I love it, man. He gets first turn heroic, number 86 champion, and he's able to still take the W here. And what it involves, guys, is basically Victory Viper, getting it up to absurd amounts of attacks, getting a token that has more attack than Victory Viper, and you're just going to be pretty much one-shotting or two-shotting your opponent. But it all really comes down to the plant engine. Lone Fire Blossom being able to go into the Predator Plant Scorpio, and when it's normal or special, you can actually send one monster from your hand to the graveyard to special summon a Predator Plant monster from your deck. And the other one that you bring out is then going to allow you to actually add a fusion card, which we will get to later on. In addition to that, Vylon Cube is a card that you guys are going to reuse over and over to actually get multiple copies of United We Stand. And they're going to just go ahead and just get insane amounts of attacks on Victory Viper. It's more of an interesting deck, more than a meta thing. But I thought the mix-up was really cool, and I wanted to share it with you guys because it's a little bit different. And I like different. I like it when people run crazy decks. That's what I like to see. But anyways, there is the Zodiac engine in here as well, just so you can go for the rank 4. Obviously, Drancy is a good card. It was kind of unnecessary. You see hits for 6,600, and then he's going to go to a token that has 10,800 damage. And I know you guys like big numbers, and it's fun. Now, the next duel up over here is pretty interesting, up against them Vylons, but nonetheless, you guys will see pretty much the same bread and butter combo. It's this card to go for the other card, and then on top of that, you're able to add a fusion or polymerization spell, and then from here, you guys will see he's going to go ahead and actually just go for a Rapture play. Now, this play over here is a little bit slower. It's not just a deck that has to OTK, but it definitely is a deck that can excel at it. So he's going to go ahead and go for Norden, bring back the Rat, go for a Dagusto Emerald, and just kind of cycle some cards, get some extra draw power in over here. He's going to activate Fusion Substitute, put back the Norden via that effect over there, and get an additional draw. So he ends up with a Drancia and Emerald. The guy has no plays. He's playing Cubics here. Unfortunately, not the best hand for that deck right now. But anyways, again, the whole point was to show off this deck. But anyways, he's going to go ahead and activate Maxi, and he's going to go ahead and go for the Rat, go for the Bull, then he's going to go ahead and search. And he's going to go ahead and activate the Lunalight Black Sheep. There's a lot of weird cards. When I first saw this deck, I was like, what the heck is this thing? This can't be that good, is it? But anyway, we see the Synchro, Desynchro plays over here, and that allows him to once again go and activate Vylon Cube's effect, so he's able to add all those equip spells. He has a Refusion here. Unfortunately, it gets Twin Twister here, so it's going to kind of stop him in his tracks a little bit, but he's able to recycle Norton, go for the Brilliant Fusion play, Cyber Repair Plant, adding it back. Everything's going too fast, but adding back another card over there. He's going to go ahead and activate United We Stand, double United We Stand, triple United We Stand, and again, it gets over a lot of crazy things in the game, and I like it. It's hilarious. It's spaceship plants. Like, who would have thought that this would have actually been cool? Now, this last play over here that we got versus the Ancient Gears, and I'll also give you guys the deck if any of you guys want to try it out, have some fun for yourself. But anyways, he goes ahead and makes a first turn Ancient Gear Devil, and he's also got a Max C, so let's see how many cards he can actually special summon in one single turn. So he's got the Lone Fire play. He's just going straight into the Scorpio, and then he's going to go ahead and then go for the Darling Cobra, which is the one that lets you add the fusion, and then he's going to go ahead and go for the Invoker to grab Rat, and then he's going to go ahead and go bring out another Rat, bring in the whole Zoo squad over here, and I'm going to go activate the Black Sheep's effect again to add that polymerization. And then he's going to go ahead and go for a Dagusto Emerald, reset some of the cards in his engine, get an additional draw. Top deck's Foolish, goes ahead and sends it to the graveyard, activates Refusion. Going to go ahead and go for Norden and the Vylon Cube, which is a key card over here. And he's going to go ahead and continuously just special summon. Look how many cards that guy has drawn in one turn. He's more than halfway done with his deck over here. And he's going to go ahead and, once again, that Fusion Substitute, really good card, being able to let you draw and, of course, make that fusion. And so he's going to go ahead and recycle. Like, I feel like this little combo here is probably going to be used eventually in the future for something else, like the whole Predator Plant thing. I think a lot of you guys saw the combo video with Link Summon using the Predator Plant engine. It's a very, very disgusting combo. Then we got Drancia over here. We got Cyberflame Lord Omega. Drancia is going to go ahead and get rid of the Gear Fortress. He's going to go ahead and special summon a monster with 3k, but it doesn't really matter because he's got the Cyframe Lord Zeta over there. So he's going to go ahead and get rid of him. He'll put him back, but you know, there isn't going to be a next turn. We see United We Stand, double United We Stand equipped. He's going to go ahead and attack over that card. That card's going to go ahead and die. He needs to make room for the token for the spaceship so he can make that token with 9,000 attack. Like, the hype is all about having fun with this deck. But man, Rotom, you made a really, really cool deck over here, and I think it's very innovative, and I like that. But anyways, I know some of you guys want the deck profile for this deck, so I'm gonna give it to you guys. So let me go into the deck edit, and I'll kind of explain some of the things if they need to be explained. So pretty much most of the combos are very, very simple in the deck. But anyways, so Gemini Garnet just pretty much for Brilliant Fusion. But Cyber Dragon is also there. It can maybe get rid of a problematic card, but it also is another card that you guys can potentially use to synchro. Get rid of Violent Cube, get this card in the graveyard for the desynchro. Resynchro plays pretty good stuff indeed as well. But next up we have the Victory Viper, which is basically what you want to actually use in the deck. There's also Cyber Repair Plant that lets you add a light machine type monster from your deck to your hand, and that has like no limits like of what it can go for. You do need a Cyber Dragon in your graveyard for that effect to be active, but there is other cards that can kind of replace that anyways. But pretty much that lets you add Victory Viper. So this is the main win condition of the deck. So if it destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you get to choose one of these effects. So it can gain 400 attack, or you can target a face-up spell and trap card in the field and destroy it, or you get to special summon one option token. Its type, attribute, level, attack, and defense are always the same as this card, but if it leaves the field, this card is no longer face up on the field. But anyways, basically, you guys saw, it just gets some absurd amounts of attack. I like how you have the option to gain 400 attack, or summon a token that's going to have a lot more, but I guess the token technically could be used for other things, so that's kind of cool. But I like the options that Victory Viper has, and you know, it's just interesting. We are getting more support for the BES. I don't know if the Victory Viper, there is a few cards actually, Victory, oh, if I could spell, Victory, what, no, I know there's more than one spaceship. Dang, there's a bunch of these spaceships that have this effect. Actually, if I go to like Monster Machine, I'm pretty sure he probably looked up. Let me type in like token. Oh, there's probably way too many monsters. Okay, hold on. If we go to light, because I'm pretty sure they're all light and they're all machine. Okay, so I know that there's more spaceships, but nonetheless, hopefully they will. There's Blue Thunder, T-45, Victory Viper, XX-03, and there's Lord British Space Fighter. But a lot of these have the options where you get to summon the token. Blue Thunder T-45, this one doesn't actually gain any like bonus stats. I think Victory Viper is probably the best one. The multi-token is only 1200, so it's pretty much only Victory Viper as far as running the spaceships. But again, hopefully we'll get some support for them in the future. A lot of different decks are getting random support, like we just got Spellbook support in 2017. But anyways, next up we got the card that I think a lot of people don't like, but you know, hey, it's a good card. But anyways, double the red. You would probably play triple if you could. But this does not run any of the Zodiac Barrage, so I would say it's more so budget friendly. Obviously, Drancia is not the cheapest card, but nonetheless, you could definitely get away with playing this deck without it. But next up, we have 3 copies of the Predator Plant Scorpio. So Scorpio's effect, when it's normal or special, you get to summon a monster from your hand to the graveyard. Usually what you want to do is send Violent Cube or perhaps a Cyber Dragon Core, and then of course using this to add whatever you need to add for your key combo. And then you can only use this effect for once per turn, but again, most of the time in this deck you're going to win in that one turn, so don't worry too much about that. Next up we have the Darling Cobra. So if this is special summoned by the effect of a Predator Plant monster, you get to add a Polymerization or a Fusion spell, and that's actually really, really strong in this deck, as you guys saw. But next up we got 3 copies of Violent Cube. So when this card is sent from the sent to the graveyard for the synchro summon of a light monster, which is actually important, which is pretty much all your targets anyways, you get to add a equip spell from your deck to your hand, that being United We Stand, and there is also Refusion, but for the most part this is more than likely the card you're going to go for. And then next up we have 3 copies of Lone Fire Blossom to of course go for the Scorpio, then Scorpio then gets you this card, so that's the combo there. And then we have the Cyber Dragon Core, so let's let you add this card, which then lets you add Victory Viper later on. And then next up We got the Lunalight Black Sheep. This just lets you add the polymerization from your deck to your hand. And then next up, we got the Instant Fusion. So the pretty self-explanatory, goes for Norden, pretty good card. Then we have Desynchro, and then of course you're going to resynchro after that. That way you can activate the effect of Violent Cube multiple times. And the next up, we have 3 copies of Fusion Substitute. So this card is always treated as polymerization, so there you go. And then you get to Fusion Summon a monster, and then you get to actually banish this card from your graveyard, and target Fusion monster graveyard, put it back. So that's you put back the Norden, as you guys saw multiple times during the replay, and then you can go ahead and just go for a free draw. Then you have the Foolish Bro, whatever you need to send, whether it's Violent Cube, whether it's a Cyber Dragon, so you can go ahead and add Victory Viper. It's a card that can go for a lot of different things. Then we have the Cyber Repair Plant that lets you add whatever you need for your key combo. Usually it's just going to be this, though. I'm not sure if you're going to go for very many other things. Obviously, if this is already in the graveyard, you're going to search out this. But next up, we have 3 copies of Brilliant Fusion, because it's pretty important to send the correct target to the graveyard, because they're all light, so it works relatively well in this deck. And triple copy of United We Stand. This is an old school card. I believe this card at 1 banless. I don't remember what year it was. Someone comment below if you remember what year it was. But this card was at 1. But now it's at 3, and people are having fun with it. And then we got Refusion for the extra deck. Well, we got the Seraph Knight, Norden, we got Omega, we got Zeta, we got Moonlight Dragon, we got Castell, double Dagusto Emerald. That card's kind of expensive. And then next up we got the Tigress, Laika, Drancia, Wild Bull. Oh, actually, it's a Boar Bow in the TCG. And then we got 2 copies of Broad Bull and then 1 MX Invoker after I got that reprint. So I'd say it's relatively budget friendly. I know that this card is kind of expensive, but for the most part, the key combo in the deck is relatively inexpensive. But anyways, yeah, that was a really, really cool deck that you showed off. And I'll link his channel below if you guys want to check him out. I like innovative stuff. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the vid, make sure you guys get a like button, a slap arena, let Diva know what's good, and hit that subscribe button for more cool and innovative Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks.